everyone, this is Lori here with Lori Hooks. Welcome. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Today's video is a yarning catch-up where I talk about what I've been working on recently, and I have 3 finished objects to show you guys this week. So I am wearing my first finished object. If you are been here a long time, you might have seen this before. I started this sweater actually last summer. If you're not familiar, we had a flood in our house in mid-August last year, and basically anything that I was working on at the time got put aside. I didn't have the brain capacity after the flood to work on projects. We were displaced from our home. We had to move. We had to stay in a rental for a few months while our house was repaired from the flood. So I just didn't have the brain capacity to work on things. I had taken my projects, most of my current projects, with me to the rental. I just didn't want to work on any of it. To be completely honest, I spent 4 weeks just making dishcloths, and then after that I started a couple new patterns. You know, sometimes when you pull out an old whip, it takes you a bit to wrap your head around what you're working on and getting back to it, and I just didn't want to do that at the time. And also, by the time I was ready to do that, it was wintertime. I had no desire to work on a summer sweater. So I did pull the sweater back out a couple weeks ago, and was pleased to find out I had a back panel done. I had both front panels done. I had a sleeve. I wasn't sure if it was finished or not, so got the sweater out, checked to see whether or not the sleeve was long enough, and it was. So I finished the edging on the first sleeve and made the second sleeve, sewed it all together, did my edging, and done. It took less than a week to finish off the sweater, and I'm very pleased with how it came out. The yarn that I used for this is this Hirschner's Soho Cotton Chic. I actually got these in a 10-pack. I used 5 for the sweater, and I have 1 left, and I know the box that this was in was one of the boxes that did get wet on the bottom in our flood. So I managed to, because I had all the extra balls from my sweater in that box, some of them were on the top that they did not get wet, and I managed to save those. They was one of the things that immediately after the flood, when my brain started to work again after the flood, that I went running down to the basement to check my yarn and see what got wet and what didn't. And yes, this box was half wet, and I kind of freaked out because everything that was in the box with this yarn was current projects that I was working on, and some of it I didn't manage to save, but I managed to save enough to finish the sweater, which I'm very happy about. So as I said, I used 5 of these. I think they are 190 meters each, if I remember right. Yes, they're 190 meters each, and it was just under the 5. So I used a little under 1,000 meters to finish this sweater. And I'm very happy with how it came out. It is a fun pattern to work on. She includes lots of pictures. It's well explained. And I very much enjoyed working on it. So as I said, this will be linked in the description box below if you're interested in the pattern, and I thought it was a good one. So that is my summer cardigan finished, and I'm very happy that it's done. I'm looking forward to wearing it this summer. So my next finished object is, in the summertime, I find that I wear a lot of clothing that doesn't have pockets. And so I like a little purse or a little like wristlet type thing to carry around my phone, maybe my sunglasses and my keys in. And so I decided to make a little purse. And this came out a little smaller than what I wanted, but here is my purse. So the body of the purse is the Blockparty pattern by Tina. Not going to attempt to pronounce her last name. She will be linked in the description box below though. Her pattern is available on Ravelry. I don't think she has an Etsy account. And she has YouTube tutorials for how to make a purse as well as how to do the Blockparty pattern. I do own the pattern. I bought it when she had on sale when she released it. I think she released it in February, and I purchased it then because I liked it. But in reality, I think you could make it with just the videos that she has. So she has a video that explains how to do purses, and so basically I followed the first 3 rows of that portion of the pattern. Sorry, I got distracted there. A text came in on my phone. So in her purse tutorial, she has you, I don't know how well you can see this on here, but if you can see this white edging here, she has you embroider around the edging to create stitches to work into. So you end up with V stitches like you do in crochet to crochet into, and she suggests that you crochet into, I guess that would be the back loop of these stitches to leave the front loop showing, which is what I did. This is the first purse that I made. So my zipper is not perfect. It has this dip here and another one here. The purse also, sorry, not the purse. The zipper wasn't very helpful in this either. This zipper I got off of Temu. I purchased it because I liked the flashy colors and I liked the fact that it had a loop on it. And it came in a package, a bunch of flashy colors in it. So there was this one that is pink and like an off-white, as well as these 3. So it's like this peachy with a yellow zipper and a yellow with a light pink zipper and a blue with a gray zipper. There's also another one, and I'm not sure where it is, but the zipper, the fabric part is brown, and it has, I believe, a pink zipper on it as well. But these are not stiff. I don't know if you can tell. They are very flimsy, I guess, in here. Now, the stitches do go in very easily because it's more flimsy when you're embroidering, but it doesn't create a lot of stability. So that is my one complaint, is that if the zipper, if the fabric around the zipper was stiffer, that it would have more stability, but the zipper zips really nicely. Maybe zip nicely. Yeah, so if you'll notice, zipper is longer than the one in my purse, as you can see, and that's because I did cut the bottom of the zipper off because it was too long and I didn't want to buy a shorter zipper. I just wanted to use the ones that I had. So yeah, I cut it off thinking that it was long enough. My phone does fit in here. I can put my phone in here along with my sunglasses, and the 2 of them fit in here together. My sunglasses, if I put them in without their case, it fits in here, which is really what I wanted to do. The case makes my sunglasses very bulky. Sorry, text again. I'm getting distracted. So yeah, so I followed the first 3 rows on her purse tutorial, which just gets you up to here. And then after that, I followed the instructions for the Blockparty pattern and worked it down to the bottom. And then I single crocheted the bottom together afterwards. So that is my finished purse. It's worked in the round. So then on this side, this is just working in the round. It works out that my count I made sure was at one end, that we didn't have partial blocks on one end, and then this side is where my color joins are. I think I did pretty good with my color joins. That looks pretty good here. So yeah, so this is overlay mosaic, I believe it's called, where you work in one direction. Because this is in the round, you work the one direction in the round, you join. You keep going in the round and join. And the yarn that I use for this is Lily Sugar and Cream. I don't remember the color names because this one didn't have a label, but I have this pink. For some reason I think it's hot pink, but I could be wrong. I use this green, which this green is hot green. And I use this blue, which this blue is called Mod Blue. The colors I think looked really nice together. And so I made up this cute little summer purse. And as I said, it came out a little small, so I might make another one. We'll see. I might use this one for a couple weeks and see whether or not it fits the bill, and if it doesn't, then maybe I'll make another one, because it was a fun make. So yeah, I am happy with it either way. I will continue to use my zippers until they're gone, because I bought them to make crochet objects. So yeah, that is finished object number 2. And as I said, I will link the stuff for this below. I will link the Ravelry pattern for the Blockparty pattern. I will link the tutorial for Tina's purses, and I will link the tutorial for the Blockparty pattern. She also has a paid for pattern for the purses, which I don't believe I own. I don't think I bought it. I just used the tutorial, but I can link the paid for purses pattern on Ravelry also below. So that is that. So my third finished object is not very exciting. I made a knit dishcloth. Yay! So this dishcloth is made using Bernat Handicrafter in the color, where's the color name? Beach Ball Blue. That's what it looks like. That's upside down. Here, we'll show it to you right side up. So this is Beach Ball Blue, and I just made up a dishcloth. I was road tripping on the weekend, and my favorite in-car pattern to work on is a dishcloth. I managed to finish a little bit over half of it in the car. I probably would have finished it in the car if my husband had drove all the way home, but he asked me to switch and for me to drive most of the way home, so I did not get my dishcloth finished in the car. I finished it last night after I finished making that purse. So that is my 3 finished objects this week. I'm not going to show my whips today. I have been continuing to work on the daisy squares for the blanket that I'm working on for my daughter. I have worked on Toothless a little tiny bit, but as I said, I'm not going to show them today. It's not that exciting. So what else did I want to talk about? I had a little bit of a haul that I wanted to show, and let's show that. So I can't remember whether or not I showed you guys, so I'm gonna cut this part out if I did already show you guys, but I was asking Pamela at Ginger Cat Crochet, I believe her channel is called, and I will link her in the description box below. I really like Pamela's videos. She makes the cutest things, and she typically uses DK weight cotton yarn to make them. And so I asked her advice on some cotton yarn, and she was wonderful, and she provided me all these options that work together. Absolutely fantastic. And so I picked up a few colors. So I bought these ones, and I bought them from the Wool Warehouse in the UK. And if you are not familiar with Wool Warehouse, as I said, they're in the UK. They carry all kinds of different kinds of yarn, and their prices are, in my opinion, very good. And their color varieties and their color stock is always fantastic. And I think the main reason why I like to buy from them is their shipping price is absolutely amazing. When I place an order here in Canadian dollars, they charge me $8 and change to ship it to me. In this case, I believe my package was, like, I got the email saying that it had shipped at 5 in the morning on the 12th, and it was here at my door by 5 in the afternoon on the 18th, which is phenomenal. Like, absolutely phenomenal. If I was to buy yarn from, for example, Saskatchewan, which is like 3 or 4 provinces over from me. It would take a week to get here, and I would pay $20-something to ship it here. So the fact that Wool Warehouse can get it to me here in less than 2 weeks, I think is amazing. This is probably my, I'm gonna guess, 5th time buying from them. The first 2 times that I bought from them, I got it here in 2 weeks. The first order that I placed was for like $120 worth of stuff. I did not get nailed with duty or brokerage fees. The first 2 times that I purchased were like that. I did not get nailed at all, and it was here in like 2 weeks. The next time that I purchased was during the Big C, and they were reporting that my post office here in Ontario was like they were missing 2 full shifts because of people off work with the Big C, and so because of that, they were basically just taking the shipments and putting them in piles until people could get around to dealing with it. So that time it took me about 4 or 5 weeks to receive it, but I honestly think that that whole time they were just sitting in a warehouse close to me, and that they just didn't have anybody to deliver it to my house for that time. There is no tracking on this when you purchase using that shipping method for here. It's, well, when it ships from there, it's called British Post. It arrives here in Canada by Canada Post. And as I said, there's no tracking. So I had emailed them at, I think, the 4th week and said, hey, I didn't get my shipment. And they basically said that if we get to 6 weeks and I haven't received it, that they were going to refund me, which on a non-tracked shipment I thought was amazing. So yeah, that is my Wool Warehouse push. Not sponsored. I just really like them. So, and I just want to say that if you're afraid to buy from Wool Warehouse because they're in the UK and you're worried about them getting there, I've never had an issue. So yeah, this amazing. So this yarn is James C. Brett. It's pure cotton. And I did take these out of the bag and peel them, and they are lovely and soft. Look at them. They are so soft for cotton. So this is a DK weight. It's called It's 100% Pure DK Cotton. There's the label. So this is shade IC04. These are 100-gram balls. Does it say how long? 215 meters, 234 yards, 100% cotton. It says to cool wash, cool iron, cool tumble dry, do not bleach. And recommended knitting needle size, it doesn't show crochet hook, is a 4mm. So I got this white. I got this like emerald color blue, and this is shade IC33. Got this one, which this is color IC13. And I got this like off-white, which is IC09. You know what these do? This one has a name on it. It says cream. This one says cream. These other ones don't have names. Oh, the emerald does. It says emerald on it. I don't know why just those 2 have names and the rest don't, but it is what it is. But they are so soft. They're a lovely cotton. I did buy these with a particular project in mind. The cream is a little too white for my project, so I do need to get another color for that, which I did order, but I haven't received it yet. So I'm sure that I will have it soon though. So that is my Wool Warehouse order. I did also buy a couple things on Temu that are crochet related, and I thought that I would show them to you guys. The first thing that I bought was, I said I made this purse and I had zippers for it, but I also wanted to make some other types of bags. And so I bought some of these, and I don't know what they're called, but they have those spring in them. Let's see if I can get it to work. There. So you push on. Ooh. Ooh. Wow. It's over there on the floor. We'll get another one out. So it's not attached properly because you have to put a pin in the other end. So I'm just kind of holding it. So hopefully this one doesn't fly away. We're going to stop doing that now. But they're those spring ones that when you push the sides together, they spring open, and hopefully once they have crochet things on them and a pin in the side, they don't fly away when you open them. But I got a 5-pack. I don't remember how much they were. I'll write it here in the bottom. They were something like, I don't know, $4 or $5 or something for the 5 of them. So I hope they work for what I want to make with them. So as I said, I picked up some of these. These I think were just under 4 inches long. So I got those. And I also wanted some long, okay, let me get these out of the bag. There's going to be some crinkling. Sorry. I also wanted some really long needles. So I got these from Temu. So some of these needles are, I think they're 8 inches long. Is my tape measure here? I'm wrong. They're only 7 inches long. So some of these are 7 inches long, and then there's some shorter ones in here. Like you can see, the top of it is here. So they're from here to here long. So it's what, like 4 inches? But I wanted some longer needles for doing amigurumi, because sometimes I just find the ones that I have are too short that I can't push it all the way through what I'm working on. So it came with these. It came with these shorter ones. There's only like 3 or 4 in here, and they have those little curved bottoms on them. As well as it came with, I don't even know what these are for. Oh, they're needle threaders. Needle threaders. So it came with some needle threaders, and then it came with some of these curved needles, which I have never used these ever. We'll see. Maybe I'll use one day just for fun. But it came with some of these curved needles. You guys ever use the curved needles? I've never used them. So that's what that came with. And again, I don't remember how much it was. Probably like $5 or something for this Temu. I got something else as well. They were stitch markers, and I don't know. I have some of them here. My daughter hooked them all together. I got this thing of stitch markers, and I think there were 5 of them. There were these ones on there. So they look like yarn balls, and they say yarn on them. Let's see if I can get it to focus. There we go. I think there were 5 of them for like $1. And these have the lever back type attachments. And then also I got some of these other ones, and these ones are like a foam. And it looks like this. And it looks like a little ball of yarn. They came in different colors. Let's see if I can get them all together here. Yeah, I have them all on this big ring, but it came with different colors. It came with like a brown, different colors of brown, almost black, a blue, purple. These are all like foam, and these have these clasp type ones. Again, these were like $2 on Temu. So I got those stitch markers, and I thought they were fun. Temu was free shipping over $20, so I did buy these things over a couple shipments, and sometimes they get to like $17 or $18, and I just need something just to get it over that free shipping hump, and that's when I bought the stitch markers. So yeah, so that's my Temu things that I got. But yeah, So I think that is all I have to share with you guys today. As for life stuff, we're all good here. Just been more busy lately. Last weekend, I said I went road tripping. We went to my parents' place, so there was actually an accident on the way there. So we left here at like, I think 5:30 and didn't get there till 10, which is normally a 2.5 hour drive. Now we did stop for probably about a half an hour, maybe 45 minutes we had to run into a store to get something that we needed. And we also stopped to eat. But we had the dog with us, so we just ran inside and got something from the restaurant. It was warm enough to sit outside and eat, so we sat outside and ate and then hopped back in the car and continued on our way. So yeah, that was on the way there. It was where where we had to get off the highway because the highway was actually closed. So when we got off the highway, it was a lot of stop and go. So I wasn't knitting during the stop and go because I can't do that. I can knit while we are driving steadily on the highway, but I don't do well with knitting or crocheting while the car is stop and go a lot in the car. So I usually wait till we get on the highway and then I knit or crochet. So when I said on the way home, we were probably about an hour into the drive, and my husband asked me if I minded driving the rest of the way home, which I did. Didn't think it was quite fair though, because he insisted on bringing his truck, which meant that I had to drive his truck the rest of the way home, and I didn't think that was fair. He doesn't mind driving my car. I really don't prefer to drive his truck. I really prefer to drive my car. I think it's a lot more comfortable, but I will drive his truck when I need to. But yeah, as I said, it is what it is. I'm just complaining. So yeah, I think that's really it for life. Work's been somewhat busy, and that takes up too much of my time, 8 hours of my day every day, and sometimes more. And that's life. It is what it is. So I hope that you guys are all well. I hope that you guys have some interesting crochet and or knit objects to work on. If you'd like to tell me about it, I'd love to hear about it. If you want to write to me in the comments. If you have any questions about anything I've talked about today, please also feel free to ask. And thanks for liking my videos. Thanks for subscribing to my channel. And I will see you next time on Lori Hugs. Bye everyone.